Hello YouTube. This is my first YouTube video. Just kind of started the channel so I can kind of give life advice. Not qualified at all, by the way. I just kind of wanted to do it for fun. And I might open up an email if anyone's interested. They can email me their questions and I can answer them. Just so it makes it easier. I don't have to just go off the rip off the dome. So the topic I'd like to discuss today is that you get out of life what you put into it. That's some pretty basic advice that you probably hear from pretty much everybody, but kind of goes in one ear out the other. But I think it's really good advice. You should take it to heart. I feel like I have, and I am living a pretty okay life right now. Parents' basement, so who knows, really. So right now I'm working a 9-to-5 job. It's fine. People really hate on 9-to-5s. They aren't that bad, you know. 8 hours doesn't really take that long. Just do something you kind of somewhat like. For me, I'm an accountant. Some people find it boring. It's, you know, it pays the bills, and I don't actually hate it. So I like it. But after my 9-to-5, I like to go straight to the gym, work out, do that for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, who knows, depends on the day. And then go home, make my food, and then study for the CPA exam. Right now I'm recording this YouTube video. I have about an hour left before I have to go back to sleep. So I would consider myself somewhat a hard worker, and I find fulfillment in working hard, doing difficult tasks, and just, you know, exerting myself. I feel like if I have too much energy, then I just, no, I just can't really stand sitting still and not doing something. This isn't like a humble brag, like I work harder than everybody else. It's just me personally, I just don't like doing nothing. And that could come from like insecurity, me just trying to make myself feel fulfilled by occupying myself with so many things. But I'd like to think that I'm doing this for like a specific purpose and a goal in mind. My 9-to-5, you know, pay the bills, help save up for a new car and place to move out, and then work out. I don't really have necessarily any like physique goals or whatever. I want to look as good as possible. I like to diet and just make sure I fuel my body so I can work even harder. And the CPA, you know, it's pretty self-explanatory. I'd like to get a license. But right now I'm putting a lot into my life, and I feel genuinely happy. I like my life so far. I don't have any complaints, but who knows? Maybe one day I won't like it. But I know so many unhappy people. They go to the 9-to-5 and then they come back and they just don't feel fulfilled. And that could be you watching this video. If you're kind of unhappy with where you're at, and you just kind of have to look yourself in the mirror and say, am I working as hard as I can? I was watching a Greg Plitt edit on TikTok, and one thing that he says that really sticks out to me is just, you gotta want it more than anything. If I was a better editor, I'd include it here. But it really resonates with me when I'm doing like my daily journal and whatnot. It's just, you have to want to succeed more than anything if you want the life, you know, you want to live. Like, I can't skip on the diet. I can't skip on the CPA prep and whatnot. And I can't skip my 9-to-5 job. These are things that I want and like crave to get the future I know I really want. And you know, I can't speak for other people, whether it's depression or just low energy and whatnot. It's really like a mindset. You have to work harder than everyone if you want the life you desire. It's really just how it is. You can't settle for mediocrity, I guess. And maybe there's just, you know, the life coach is just yapping my ear all day talking about, you know, you can't be average. But it scares me. I don't want to be a 9-to-5 wage slave. doing it all for the next car payment, mortgage payment, whatnot. I want to have a higher purpose in life. And I guess that purpose is to work hard and to fulfill the promises I make myself. Because if you can't hold yourself accountable, then, who will? Who's going to save you? No one's coming to save you. So I feel like the kind of cheat code to life is to be so busy that you don't even really think about your problems. Especially if those distractions or whatever make you busy actually improve your life. But I know from personal experience that working hard brings me fulfillment. And if you aren't working every day, every hour towards your goal, then kind of what are you doing? I get downtime. You need some balance in your life in order to recharge and whatnot. I'm just getting over mono. So I had a month off pretty much. So I don't know. And I think along with being a hard worker, you have to be ambitious too. They say the squeaky wheel gets the oil. You have to reach out to people if you want to hang out with them. Nobody's going to call you. Nobody's going to say, hey, you want to hang out? It just doesn't really work like that. And maybe I'm just that unlikable. Who knows? But life is what you make it. You have to work hard for the life you want. You have to talk to the people you want to talk to. You have to just be the person you want to be. You can't be scared. You have to be ambitious, and you have to have that burning desire to succeed. So that's all I have to say. Short and sweet. See you guys.